Ali has her reviews here and reviewing on my lounge. Yeah. Change of pace, you know. Yeah, just wanting to have a bit of fun and review somewhere else. And as you can see, we are reviewing Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Now I knew I was going to get to some requests, but then I thought, you know what? After reviewing the '89 Batman movie, I wanted to watch another one, review another one, and well, why not start with Mask of the Phantasm? Now, this is often seen as one of the most underrated Batman movies. I mean, this film wasn't a huge success at the box office, which is unfortunate. I mean, it was released around the same time as Batman Forever, and a few other films as well. And to be fair, the marketing for this film wasn't that good, actually. I think there was only one trailer, and you know, there wasn't that many advertisements. I think, and the only close thing I can think of, a major one, was a McDonald's advert in America, McDonald's tie in America, but that was really about it. In fact, I don't even know whether it was released in theaters in Australia. And as you know, this is a film based on the acclaimed animated series from the early '90s. And every fan who's seen it, every person who's seen this movie says it's one of the best Batman stories around. And I agree. But I have an interesting history of this. I actually first saw this on TV about, say, 2012. But I didn't fully watch it. I watched the sequel to the direct-to-video sequel for this fully, Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. But I eventually found the time to watch it again, and you know what? It's quickly become one of my favorite Batman stories. So, because it's underrated, I'm not going to give a full-on plot synopsis, but basically, I'll give you a brief one. So, Batman is once again patrolling the night, dealing with all the crime in Gotham City, when a new mysterious threat enters the scene known as the Phantasm, who starts killing off mob bosses. And so, because this new villain, because the Phantasm is mistaken for Batman, Batman is starting to get framed for the killings, and it's up. So he must figure out who the Phantasm is and clear his name while being hunted down by the police, who aren't loyal to him or Jim Gordon. But that's not the biggest problem on Batman's side, as an old flame has returned to his life, and he's grappling and brings up painful memories of how he almost had a normal life before becoming the Cat Crusader. And as he continues to grapple with these demons from his past, more and more gangsters start getting hit off, which in turn leads some of the gangsters to enlist the Joker to take out Batman in fear of their lives. So that's basically what I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil any more about it, but with that said, what makes the story so good is the mystery of it. Who is the Phantasm? Why is he killing off mobsters? You know? And how does this tie into Bruce's past? You know? And what does the Joker have to do with this when he gets involved? It's the mystery is intriguing, and the ending does pay off why you get to it. And you know what? I give credit to the origin story for this universe for Bruce. I mean, we all know how he was trained by Ra's al Ghul, but this one gives its own origin story of how Bruce Wayne became Batman, and it's actually pretty unique, and I enjoy it. And what helps also is the characters. I mean, Batman / Bruce Wayne is still the same person that we know from the animated series, and the Joker is still as threatening as ever, but the new character is also pretty good. Phantasm is a threatening villain, and Andrea Beaumont, Bruce's former fiance, is actually a pretty interesting character too. It's and these characters are also likable. You got the great voice actor. I mean, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, of course, return as Batman and the Joker, and they're great. Dana Delaney plays Andrea, and she's fantastic, and Abe Vigoda is also pretty good in this as well. And some of the other ones as well, like Hart Bachner and Ava Goody Jr. All those guys do a really good job. The score is fantastic. I I love the score. The late Shirley Walker did an amazing job with this score. It is unbelievable. Love it. You've got the animation, which is just as gothic as the show is, and very unique. How they started drawing on black paper, then progressed adding colors. Love it. And in fact, there's not really any CGI in this outside of the opening intro, because at this point, a lot of every anime movie had CGI in it, which is mostly the 2D films, even though Toy Story came out a year before, at the time. But outside the opening intro, which does look pretty good, they don't use CGI for the rest of the movie, which I actually kind of enjoy. I love a lot of things in it. It is just it's one of those perfect movies that you can just sit back and watch. Though you can nitpick as to, why isn't this more well known? Why haven't more people seen it? Why did it tank so badly at the box office? And also the Phantasm, I wish could appear more times in Batman stories. I mean, just think about it. I mean, the Phantasm popped up a few more times in comics, and also the future, the spin-off Batman series, Batman Beyond, made by the same people who made this. But that's really about it. I kind of wish the Phantasm appeared more in this, more in the story. I mean, if Harley Quinn could come out of the animated series and become such a popular character that she's now as a mainstay in the Batman universe, why not the Phantasm? But in the end, I can't nitpick anymore. I mean, this is a perfect story. It's like one of the perfect Batman movies. I rank it as my second favorite next to The Dark Knight. But the difference is, well, you can find things to nitpick with The Dark Knight. There's hardly anything to complain about with Master Phantasm. It's just perfect. And more people need to see it. This is one of the best Batman stories, and perhaps the best animated superhero film. Yeah, even better than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I stand this is the best, by far. In fact, give it a watch. It's a pure 10 out of 10 half stars from me. And if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. As I said, give it a watch. It's perfect. One of the best Batman stories around. So, what's next? Well, if I don't get to any requests, I am definitely doing my next video game collection video, which will be my Wii games. So, with that said, this is Hazard from Hazard Reviews out, and I shall see you for my next video. Ciao!